store. Hard-nosed, toughness, defense, and you better bring your hat and be ready to strike somebody when you come into this black and gold cauldron to take on the Hawkeyes. The Hawkeyes offense will have first crack at this one. And, David, they've got a guy in the backfield that certainly is capable of carrying more than his share of the weight in this offensive attack.
Yeah, he's a piece, but I would argue this, Reese. Like, you need to get the ground game going. For this offense to be successful, they need a physical tone setter, and he can be that, sometimes up, sometimes down. They need that consistently, Jesse.
They need him to show up when it matters the most, and there's going to be times in this game, like we've seen throughout his career, when the defense wants to take away wide receivers or players on the perimeter, and that's when this guy has to show up and shine. He's got vision, he's got cutting ability, he's got speed, but that's got to be on display in this game.
Creates a little space. There he goes. He'll work his way down to the 28.
Nice job getting outside, right? Those running backs, they get on those tracks, they run outside. Now they're in the open field. It's so tough. Those safeties are flying down, try to get an angle, but you can tell the speed sets them up, makes the big play out to the left.
And the Hawkeyes, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Handoff from the gun. They'll pull him down after a pickup of 5 down to the 23.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good game, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
They've got a ways to go on 3rd down from the 24 as this defense tries to force them into a field goal try. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Gill. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
Well, they execute the in route. How about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
The Hawkeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, the running back looking for room. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Iowa!
And they talked about it this week with us. They talked about wanting to start this football game fast. Nothing like taking the opening possession, using your script to your advantage, and then getting closer and exerting your physicality, running the football in, off to a hot start for this offense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So UMass's offense will take the field for the first time. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming into this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week.
Oh, he's got some space. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. First down for this offense. Looking to throw, it's Jordan. The quick out. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, 2nd and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's 3rd down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Catch is made at the 15. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds.
job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
They'll snap it from the 47 on first down. Looking to throw on first down. Looking to the big tight end. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Never had a chance to get rolling after the pick, but he gives them the ball in prime field position at the 40. They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. They'll go to the ground. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around and make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense creating the tackle for a loss on first down.
And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Looking for a man. It's Jordan. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. UMass will line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Iowa has the ball back on offense. Things got off to a good start with a touchdown on the opening drive, and then quickly went to pot with a pick on the second one, and now they'll see if they can find the middle with this third possession. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Looking downfield on first down. Pocket breaking down. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Bringing the heat. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be fourth down. And the Hawkeyes will send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. The UMass offense returns to the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Jordan. Caught in the backfield, it's Gibson. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Here comes the offense on second down. Looking to fire. Catch in the middle, it's Anderson. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. We've reached the end of one, and as is tradition here in Iowa City, we take a moment to say hi to the children of the University of Iowa Stead Family Children's Hospital. Hello, kids. On third and long, try to convert through the air. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. UMass will line up to punt it away. 3-and-out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Good field position here as they start this drive from their 43. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
Really nice nice first down run, and you're seeing why this running back is an every down type back. He can run between the tackles, he can run outside, he can catch the football, he can block. This guy can do it all.
Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. Now, the Hawkeyes have a whole new backfield without Caleb Johnson, who turned in one of the most prolific rushing seasons in Iowa football history. School record 21 touchdowns. He was this offense a year ago, David.
He was, and if you're an Iowa fan, man, we've been just clamoring for years. Just give me some offense, like some form of a passing attack. Another new system. Tim Lester comes in as the OC. Interested to see if they can air it out. They can be more fun to watch, and they can score more points.
Wants to throw on first down. Scrambling away. Pass rush. Gets there. Gets home. Gets him down at the 23.
And that is a huge play for the defense. Offense has it in your red zone. You're trying to knock them out of field goal range. The only way you do that is by creating negative plays, and they get the sack.
The Hawkeyes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Now adjusting. Got out of trouble and throws. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
You know, and that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
He's got it on the move. Touchdown, Hawkeye! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14.
This guy's an excellent route runner, and he has really good hands. You've got to. That's now his third receiving touchdown. He'd only played 3 games. Nobody can cover this guy up to this point of the season.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Rides the back and leaves it. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time, but you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air, or you've got to be more physical up front.
Back to throw. It's Jordan. Lofts one high and deep. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. UMass will line up to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Iowa has the ball back on offense. They've had a really productive first half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Finds his tight end.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
To the air on second down. Unleashes one. Got him downfield. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Quarterback making adjustments. To the air on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Anderson. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Iowa! No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Utah is going to get out of Dodge with a win. It's a shave that might have been a little closer than Utes fans wanted, the outcome today, guys. These are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Dropping back, it's Jordan. The screen, and watch out. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounded.
He lost one down the sideline. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. UMass will line up to punt it away. That leg is staying loose. Already the 5th kick of the night. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity ladder. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. All down at the 39-yard line, but he's got 15 yards on the play and a fresh set of downs. Just inside the 40-yard line, it's 1st and 10 from the 39. Hard running there.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
From the gun, running back gets to give. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Inside handoff, looking for a crease. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of 3rd and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You can throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off, and they pick it up.
And you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the 1st down.
Throws to the wideout. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Hawkeye!
Well, this thing's turning into a rout, and it's turning into a rout quickly. Really nice job by the offense there, but it's not just them. Their defense is getting it done. Their special teams are getting it done, and it just feels like they're really feeding off of this home crowd and their energy. This has been the definition of home field advantage in this football game.
The Minutemen going back to work on offense. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Iowa!
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finish the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The UMass offense returns to the field. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Here comes the heat. Oh, ball's out. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's Jordan. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He's down at the 25-yard line, waiting moments of the first half, and it's a 1st down.
And I like the aggressiveness. I understand you're down, right before the half. You want to go get some points, but you can't turn the football over here. Now you've set the other team up in a position to maybe get more points as the first half's winding down.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. The Here's the pressure. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
Touchdown, Hawkeye! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see how they handle it. Rides the back on the option, the give. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Looking to throw on first down. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. Complete to the left. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Men, if nothing else, a notable first half so far in Iowa City.
And the Hawkeyes will line up to kick off and start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Starting this third quarter on the ground. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. The Minutemen picked up a chunk on the ground. Let's see what they do here. Looking to throw at Hairston. He's got him. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quick completion to the right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. And now on second down for this offense. To the ground with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. UMass to the line facing third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Moves away as he feels pressure. The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving.
Really nice awareness that time by the quarterback. He knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up the first down. He's scrambling on that play, and there are a lot of guys out there.
Lots of running room. Smashes through the tackle. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down. UMass just kept it on the ground to move the sticks, and they might rely on that offensive line again. In the red area, it's Griffin. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Pulls and throws off the RPO. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
Well, a great job making the tackle there. Now setting up third down in your own red zone. This is a stop you have to path. You want to give up field goals in this area of the field, not touchdowns.
To the ground to try to move the chains.
I think it would be great if this offense leaned on the run game more in the red zone. Leaned on their back, man. Give it to him. Let him do his thing. He hadn't even gotten the end zone yet this season, so love to see him get that opportunity to maybe punch one in here.
Slams ahead. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And in that situation on the 1-yard line, the defense brings so many guys. Palmer gets in the backfield, creates the negative play.
Yeah, I think we're seeing the overall athleticism of this defense. They've got guys flying to the ball.
To the air, it's Hairston. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Minuteman. Fitted in the window for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. And even after that last score, still working with a great big cushion. Makes the grab. It's Anderson. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. First and 10 for the offense. Send the tight end in motion. The give to the back. He'll take it up to the 45-yard line. They stop him and knock him out of bounds.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Hawkeyes with a second and short to keep this drive moving. He'll try the left side. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
A little too anxious to get started on the outside, and that's a false start.
False start.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on first down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going.
Turning on the Jets. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
And obviously this offense has had their way, getting a huge lead. And now, when you know it's a running situation later in the ball games, you're still getting pounded. This defense has to step up at some point and be a lot more physical.
D coordinators down the road that have to play this offense, man, they're going to have nightmares because this unit has so much speed, so much skill. At running back, receiver, tight end, quarterback making good decisions, it is so tough trying to stop them and prevent explosive plays.
The sure hands, it's Moulton. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Picks up enough to give them first and 10 from the 11.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field.
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Iowa! Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
That's the end of the quarter, and Iowa is on top. And this beatdown is close to completion as we've reached the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Final stand to the game, and we'll start with the first down. The give to the tailback. Oh, a lot of space. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back to throw, it's Hairston. Good timing on the quick out. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Second down coming up. Wants to go up top. Oh, they're after him. Underheat, and he gets rid of it. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now. If you're the play caller, certainly if you're the quarterback, then you're going to have time to throw.
UMass will line up to punt it away. We've seen a lot of the punt team 6th time tonight. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Iowa has the ball back on offense. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute it.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. He's loose. Tackled at the 45 after a 5-yard pickup. Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Give to the back. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the first down.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to...
Wide open spaces. There he goes. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Hawkeye. They tackle a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, who knows how things are going to finish up in the Big Ten this season, but this is a game to keep in mind. Oregon pulled into town on a mission, and they're hightailing it out of here with a huge win. Veni, vidi, vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. And that's precisely what the Ducks did. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a Big Ten matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw, it's Hairston. Trying to set up the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. You've got a third and manageable, backed up in your own end, but convert here and you get some momentum. The run from the shotgun. He'll be stopped short at the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. From the gun, he leaves it with the back.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
Inside the 25. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
And I think as a running back, if you're this guy, you're licking your chops right now. This is what you want, right? You've got a big lead in the fourth quarter, and you're smiling because you know you are going to get the rock. They're going to force-feed you the football to try and ice this game, and he's paying him off right now. That's a really nice run.
The handoff, keep working on that clock. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to fight another play in the red zone. It'll be 3rd down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the 2nd down misfire. They'll try the toss to the left. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
I think one of the biggest reasons why the scoreboard looks the way it does is this offense has been dominant on 3rd down. They have found a way to stay on the field. They do it again here late, running the ball on 3rd.
And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
Well, what I love about this team early this year is it looks like they can fight through adversity. They started the year 2-0. This game looked like it was in the balance here in the 4th quarter. But after watching them answer with that last touchdown drive, that shows me they've got the mental toughness to potentially make a run this year.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Give to the running back. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
It's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Here's a heat. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. UMass just trying to get some of that yardage back here on second down. Back to pass, it's Hairston. Snagged out of the air. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Grabbed in the middle. It's Griffin. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. UMass getting set to snap it on 1st and 10.
That's a first down for the offense.
Looking to throw on 1st down. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. UMass just trying to get some of that yardage back here on 2nd down. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. UMass will line up to punt it away. He'll call for the fair catch and make it at the 14, and they'll be backed up to start this drive. Good news, I guess, a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Going right to work up top. Flushed out of the pocket. Fires on the move. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. Makes a connection. And that is how we will wrap this one up.